Welcome to the party, pal. Your friendly neighborhood Master Chaos back with you once again. Hope you enjoyed that lovely footage of the beach I took this morning. Just wanted to give you a little bit of a change of scenery, but I'm not a huge beach fan. After all, I saw Jaws at a way too impressionable age. Today, we're talking nudie cuties. That is correct. TNA flicks of the softcore variety, because I'm trying to keep this show semi-safe for work, and whatever that work environment is for you, of course, during all this craziness. But before we get to the boobies, I do want to mention the 300 subscriber contest I've got currently going on. If I reach 300 subscribers by August 1st, I will pick one of my subscribers. I will ask them to pick a charity, and I will donate $20 in the charity of their choosing and in their name. So I'm almost there. We're pretty close to the 270 as of recording of this video. If we can get to 300 by August 1st, we're gonna make the world a better place. Help me do that, and also give yourself the gift of really fun content, if I do say so myself. Okay, enough of that. Let's get to the boobies. Our first film will be our most controversial film. Anyone ever see Thriller? A Cruel Picture? The movie that has no limits of evil. And yes, that's actually not a falsity or an empty threat. This movie really has no limits. The reason it's here for our Nudie Cuties episode is this film features extremely graphic sex. Well, I should say rape, unfortunately. Here are the special features of the film, a little bit about the story. Basically, it's a revenge film. Tarantino was inspired by this film, and Daryl Hannah's character in Kill Bill, of course, is sort of labeled after this character. They call her One Eye, is also another name of this film, sort of an alternate titling. This movie has graphic sex. When I say that, I mean penetration, and shows all the bits and pieces, if you know what I mean. So it's not necessarily really like titillating sequence. It's not one that, is like, sexy and exciting. It's kind of dirty and nasty. But, in the annals of this kind of movie, this one really goes above and beyond. The film contains scenes of explicit sex, sexual content, nudity, graphic violence, and drug addiction. It is, and I was really shocked by it. It really is nearly a porno at sometimes. It's a pretty good action thriller as well. Really good revenge film. But as far as, the real goods, this movie delivers. Thriller. Highly recommended. Just word of warning. Don't watch it with the kids. Actually, don't watch any of these movies with the kids. Just discovered this mall is apparently prepping for Christmas in July. Santa's Cottage is right here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where Santa's Cottage is located. Oh yeah. Discovered this wooded area behind this mall. Kind of weird and eerie. And it's fenced off, which reminds me of a prison and brings us to our next picture. Little known film, Jailbait. Apparently based on a graphic novel. I cannot confirm or deny that. This was put out by the Asylum, for better or worse. This film is probably the boobiest film in their oeuvre of films. Let me get you a little bit on the back here. I always love how they put reviews on the back and attribute it to no one. After killing her stepfather in self-defense, Anna Nix is sent to a juvenile detention center. As she struggles to survive in a world of girl gangs and predatory guards, Anna must fight her dark side and stay above the fray. Well, that pretty much says it all. It is a women in prison film, making of Jailbait, gag reel, directed by Jared Cohen. This film is probably the porniest woman in prison film I've seen that's not directly an erotic film or a porn film. It's supposed to be a sort of, gritty women in prison flick, but it is essentially an excuse for women to get naked, and of course this actress gets naked the most. This is, let me see, I forget her name, Sarah Maluka Lane. She was in one of the kickboxer movies, one of the reboot kickboxer movies. One or two of them. She might have been in all of them, actually. I think she was in all of them, yes. She played the girlfriend. She was a cop or something. Jailbait. If you can find it, this is a... Well, my friend, I'm not going to beat around the bush. See what I did there? It is certified spank material. Great film, really great scenes, and absolutely deserves to be called a NUDIE Cuties movie, despite it also being a pretty horrible setting plot-wise. Just wanted to briefly bring your attention to this tree. Look at this goddamn tree. Holy shit. That's an old ass tree. I'm curious if you guys have any favorite TNA flicks. Please drop them in the comments. I'd love to know what you guys enjoy. Men and women. I'm very curious. Next up, we're going to shine a spotlight on a particular actress whose films never fail to titillate, and of course that is the excellent Linnea Quigley. This is the Grindhouse triple feature, featuring 3 of her films: Deadly Embrace, Nightmare Sisters, and Murder Weapon. There is the lovely Miss Quigley herself. She's a dear friend of mine. We've worked together a couple times, and Nightmare Sisters is really the film I want to bring your attention to. This is one of my favorite films of hers, and it certainly deserves its place in today's category. It is one of her best films in terms of the TNA quotient. It stars Michelle Bauer and Brink Stevens. There's a... I think I'll bring you the poster a little closer. Nightmare Sisters, a great movie. It has the unedited director's cut here with commentary on all 3 movies by David Dakota, the director, and Linnea Quigley herself. Nightmare Sisters was never before seen in this version. It looks like it was shown on USA Network, but this is the uncut version of it, which is very lovely to know, because this movie, Nightmare Sisters particularly, is very, very boobalicious. Lots of goodies going on in that one. Highly recommend Nightmare Sisters if you haven't seen it. Deadly Embrace and Murder Weapon are also very good. But this is more of a clarion call or a salute to Miss Quigley herself, because she is just a wonderful human being, a really good humanitarian. She loves animals, but her films also deliver the goods when you find yourself alone in an evening of movie watching, if you know what I mean. And I think you do. And yes, I did take that from the great Joe Bob Briggs. Linnea Quigley. Let's give her a round of applause, huh? The next one is kind of a trio of films featuring an individual, Mr. Edward. These are Edward's Dirty Movies, featuring the not-so-classic, I'll pause right here, young marrieds, nymphocycler shot on location. This is it, cult movie auteur Edward Jr.'s very last film as writer-director. The Young Marrieds. It's one of the rare lost movies in cult filmdom. So rare, it wasn't even known for sure it existed. This is smut. This isn't really a softcore, but it is a piece of history, especially for Edward fans the world over. So if you like vintage, sexy stuff, Edward's Dirty Movies, for sure. I can't say I highly recommend it, but it's fun as a diversion, or for collector's sake. It's a good collector's piece. Let's take a break from all this fine boobery to see what the dollar store has for us. I'll be honest, it's kind of depressing in here. Ooh, toys. Anything good? Oh shit. I think this is the new edition. I need this. No matter where I go, Minecraft is there. Just found the movie section. This is all they have left. Kind of sad if you think about it. Let's flip through, see if we can't find anything to take home with us. So Witchmas? Oh my god. No thanks. I've got a lot of kid stuff. Peaches? Is this a TNA flick? It is not. Pass. I did find a couple of interesting things. There's a Lady Fight, looks interesting. VHS on DVD. I don't really need it. Headshot, great movie. Highly recommend Headshot if you guys haven't seen it. And Something Wicked. This was apparently Brittany Murphy's final movie. All available for $1. I would get this, but honestly, I don't really buy DVDs anymore. How do you guys purchase your films? Do you guys strictly Blu-ray like I am, or do you buy DVDs every once in a while? I'm curious. Leave a comment. Let me know. Also found this one, Weirdsville. It's got Scott Speedman, Taryn Manning, and Wes Bentley from the director of Pump Up the Volume and Empire Records. That's cool. Marvelous. Delightfully Deranged. Also stars a gaggle of dwarves. Interesting. I also wanted to grab some Paw Patrol body wash because nothing washes me like a bunch of puppies. I didn't end up getting anything from in there. Nothing really jumped out at me. Like I said, I don't really buy DVDs anymore. Anyway, let's wind this video up and let me show you the last two booby pics I would like to share with you this evening. Here's one of my personal favorites. Alyssa Milano in Embrace of the Vampire. I think most of you know how special this film is. There's the lovely Alyssa. In this film, she is embraced by a vampire. And we finally get, for the most part, the holy grail of 90s television actresses naked. I hate to be so vulgar, but the topic today is NUDIE Cuties, so I must be as honest as possible, because you expect that of me. Hopefully, at least by now. Starts right here. No real special features. Interactive menu, whoop-de-doo. There's the plot, in case you wish to know. You also get to see Charlotte Lewis removing her clothing. She was in The Golden Child. Great movie. I don't know if you guys remember The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy. Fantastic film. This is not a great movie, to be honest, but you don't necessarily get this movie because it's good. You get it for the skin. And that's, of course, my honest appraisal of Embrace of the Vampire. It started to rain now. Finally. Just kidding. This next bunch of films, well, they're a doozy. This is the 12 film set, Girls, Guns, and G-Strings, the Andy Sidaris collection. Of course, for those of you who don't know, Andy Sidaris was well, let me read you on the back. The back gives a better description. I'm going to pause right here. Pumped package of centerfold action, the unmistakable formula of Andy Sidaris. Beautiful people filmed in exotic locations with an unapologetic amount of explosions, gunplay, and Playboy playmates, all with big budget production values. And did we mention hot girls in sexy outfits for the first time on the entire library in one attractive 12 movie collection? As you can see, there are 12 films. Let's see my focus a little wonky here for a minute. And I'll zoom in so you guys can take a look at the pictures. These movies don't have the best plots, kind of a combination James Bond, Delta Force type of thing, where sexy women are spies. This features Dallas Connection, Day of the Warrior, Do or Die, Enemy Gold, Fit to Kill, Guns, Hard Hunted, Hard Ticket to Hawaii, which I believe was just released on Blu-ray, Malibu Express, Picasso Trigger, Return to Savage Beach, and Savage Beach. It's funny that Return to Savage Beach. Wow, you know what? It's alphabetical. That's what it is. No, it isn't. No, it's weird. Yeah, it is. Doesn't matter. Yes, it is alphabetical. Anyway, 12 movies, full, jam-packed, chock-filled, I should say, of the biggest talents in the TNA game. This is the best of the best when it comes to softcore movies. I highly recommend this incredible box set, which I think I picked it up at Best Buy. It might be out of print, I don't know, but Andy Sidaris, his movies never disappoint, so I highly recommend you pick this up if you want to complete your TNA softcore collection. It provides hours of entertainment. As a matter of fact, it provides, double check this, 18 hours. 18 hours of savage girls, guns, come on, focus, and G-strings. See, that bird approves. He's a pervert. Thank you for joining me, my friend. That'll do for today. I hope you enjoyed this titillating journey through my DVD shelf. Like I mentioned earlier, if you have any really great TNA flicks that you enjoy, please leave them in the comments. I'm always looking to add to the collection. If you're new here, welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, I'll see you tomorrow. If you're old here, welcome back, my friend. It's really good to see you. Old or new, if you enjoyed this particular adventure and my saucy recommendations, drop me a like, leave me a comment. The sun is setting, the hills are being painted. It's time to call it a day. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you spending it with me. This has been your friendly neighborhood Master Chaos, signing off. I wish you a very pleasant good night, wherever you are.